The detective is currently working to uncover the truth behind the assault on Joel Marshall, whose return to the square caused plenty of tension after he was released from prison. Joel was sent to prison earlier this year after attacking his stepmother, Vicky Fowler. He was also responsible for secretly recording himself having sex with Avani Nandra Hart without her awareness or permission. Following his release, Joel went back to Walford to live with his father Ross. However, his return immediately angered several of the local teenagers, particularly Amy, who lured him to the park by pretending there was an end-of-term celebration taking place. Once Joel arrived, the group captured him and restrained him with Ricky Butcher's bike lock. They then poured beer over him while recording the humiliating incident on their phones. Later, Joel was assaulted by someone whose identity remained unknown, prompting the police to launch an investigation. DC Craig became determined to discover exactly what had happened. During the past week, several important pieces of information have emerged. Lily Slater revealed that she had released Joel before the violent incident, while Denzel Danes admitted that he was with Avani when the attack took place. Their statements subsequently removed all three from the list of potential suspects. Meanwhile, Craig questioned Amy and treated her with understanding during their conversation. Feeling that she could trust him, Amy revealed that Ricky was the owner of the bike lock that had been used to restrain Joel. Amy was already emotionally struggling after learning that Denzel, whom she had begun developing feelings for again, had shared a moment with Avani. Heartbroken by what she discovered, she turned to alcohol for comfort. Craig later noticed Amy at McClunkey's and gave her the chance to talk about what was troubling her. In a major twist, Amy finally admitted that she was responsible for attacking Joel, leaving Craig completely stunned by her confession. In the upcoming episodes, Amy becomes increasingly anxious about what she has revealed to Craig and begs him not to tell anyone. Although Craig promises that he will try to keep the matter confidential, he warns Amy that they are both now in a difficult position because he knows the truth about her involvement. Viewers will also remember that Craig previously chose not to submit the footage showing the teenagers humiliating Joel as evidence, following a request from Jack and Joel. He is now worried that this decision could eventually cost him his career. With his own position already under threat, the big question is whether Craig will actually honor Amy's request and remain silent about what she has confessed. After Amy makes her desperate plea, Craig returns to the police station, only to receive devastating news. He is informed that he has been suspended from frontline police duties following a serious complaint made against him. As a consequence, Craig is removed from the investigation into Joel's attack. Meanwhile, back in Walford, Jack warns Amy that the police are likely to uncover the identity of Joel's attacker sooner or later. Fearing that the truth will eventually come out, Amy makes the decision to flee. However, Amy does not get the chance to disappear before Craig manages to catch up with her. This leaves a major question hanging over the storyline. What exactly will Craig say after discovering that Amy is attempting to run away? Although the immediate confrontation remains unclear, later episodes will show Craig reassuring Amy that he intends to support her. Amy eventually accepts the help he offers. With Craig suspended, Amy terrified about the consequences of her confession, and the truth about Joel's attack still hanging over everyone, the situation is set to become even more complicated. The question now is whether Craig will continue protecting Amy or finally reveal everything he knows. Did Jacqueline Josser accidentally reveal a major Slater spoiler on EastEnders? EastEnders actress Jacqueline Josser could potentially have upset the soap's bosses after appearing to reveal a significant storyline secret. The star, who portrays Lauren Branning, recently posted a behind-the-scenes image from the BBC soap on social media, but eagle-eyed viewers quickly spotted an intriguing detail in the background. The photograph was captured from an elevated position, showing a bright view across Walford under a clear sky. However, it was not the scenery itself that caught fans' attention. The Slater family home could clearly be seen in the image, and, most notably, a prominent "For Sale" sign had been placed outside the property. The development comes at an interesting time for the Slater family. In recent episodes, landlord Suki Panessa Unwin has become increasingly frustrated after discovering that the Slaters have fallen several months behind with their rent. Although Suki's wife Eve has a close relationship with the family, that connection has not stopped Suki from expressing her concerns. She recently warned Jean Slater that her patience was beginning to run out, and that the situation could no longer continue indefinitely. With Stacy currently away, Jean has also been facing mounting financial difficulties. Her money problems became so serious that she even began considering secretly renting out one of the bedrooms in the house in an attempt to bring in some extra cash. However, Jean's attention has recently shifted towards Lily after her granddaughter became caught up in serious trouble with the police. With Lily potentially facing devastating consequences, Jean has been concentrating on helping to protect her from ending up behind bars. That makes the appearance of a "for sale" sign outside the Slater home particularly interesting. Could it be an accidental clue that the family will soon be forced to leave their long-standing home? If the speculation turns out to be correct, another major question remains unanswered. Where would the Slaters go after being forced out of the property? The BBC soap was approached for a response about the apparent spoiler, but chose not to comment. Elsewhere in Walford, another familiar face is also preparing to leave the square. Zoe Slater, who made an unexpected return last year, is set for a permanent departure from the show later this year. Michelle Ryan is reportedly leaving the soap for good, with reports suggesting that Zoe's exit could take a tragic turn and that the character may ultimately be killed off. Meanwhile, viewers will also see Cat Moon temporarily step away from Albert Square. Jessie Wallace, who plays the popular character, is taking a break from EastEnders to appear in a festive stage production of Peter Pan. The actress is set to take on the role of Captain Hook in the pantomime, which will run between December and January. Her theatrical commitment, however, is not expected to cause any disruption to the soap's filming schedule. Kat's husband Alfie Moon will also be absent from EastEnders for a period, with Shane Ritchie taking time away from Walford to appear in another festive production. The actor is due to portray Muddles in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, meaning several familiar faces will be temporarily missing from the square. With the Slater household apparently displaying a for sale sign, Lily's ongoing problems, and the family's financial struggles, fans will undoubtedly be wondering whether a major change is coming for one of EastEnders' most recognizable families. EastEnders Amy makes shock decision to flee Walford after Joel attack confession. Amy Mitchell is preparing to make a dramatic exit from Albert Square next week after revealing a devastating secret about Joel Marshall. Ever since Joel was brutally struck with a hammer during the night the Walford teenagers confronted him, the police have been trying to uncover the identity of the person responsible for the attack. A major revelation arrived this week when Amy finally confessed to DC Craig Ingram that she was the person who attacked Joel and left him fighting for his life in hospital. Her actions came after tensions reached breaking point during the chaotic events of that night. Amy and Craig have become increasingly close in recent weeks, with the pair sharing several private and emotionally charged conversations. However, Amy soon begins to regret opening up to the detective who is investigating Joel's assault. Next week, Amy becomes terrified that she has told the wrong person everything. Desperate to prevent her secret from coming to light, she approaches Craig and begs him not to reveal her confession. Craig agrees to try to protect Amy, although he admits that the situation has placed them both in a dangerous position now that he knows she was responsible for Joel's injuries. Things then become even more complicated for Craig when he returns to the police station. He is shocked to discover that he has been suspended from frontline duties after a serious complaint is lodged against him. EastEnders airs from Monday to Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on BBC One, with episodes available to stream from 6 a.m. on BBC iPlayer.